Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hello, are you guys hearing me? 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes. How is the volume sounding? Is it sounding clear? Oh, I'm picking up on this now. All right, guys. Hi, hi, hi. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, yes, we're here live. I think you guys should be hearing me clearly now. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, still low? Yeah. All right. Let me give it. Right. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Pig is a Gaijin here. You don't know. Hi, Sashoni, Joey, and big up Life of Shells. Hi, how are you? How are you? Yes. All right. So today it's been a minute since I've done a live stream with you guys, and it's for good reason. Just didn't want to oversaturate and do too many lives. Want to. I have been trying to get guests because I think you guys actually like that format a bit more. Uh, and more guests will be coming on the show. I have a couple guests lined up, a couple interesting guests as well, and hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy that content going forward. And please remember to leave a like, subscribe, comment as always, and I welcome you to my channel. Now, should be launching the merch. Yes, just keep it with me. So have merchandise ready, basically ready now in the final stages. I have a couple samples on the way for the merch for for the launch in October. Uh, maybe just before Halloween. Yeah, that might be a good time to launch that merch, and I hope you guys get support and buy even one shirt because it'll help me with any content going forward. Also, you'll be seeing more vlogs, I guess, like outside vlogs, walking and talking and that sort of thing when I do get a chance to do that. Yeah. So today's main topics of the video are stereotypes, as well as the whole the LEOPALACE scandal that rocked this company in Japan since 2018. And I'll speak to you more about that as the video goes on. And it's just now to thanks for the support, Shells. Just now to just to wait till more people get in the live and just to make sure everybody's settled in, has a drink or their beverage or their food or whatever, and the thing go. Right. So yeah, that's what's up. I mean, persons who live in Japan would have been aware of the changes that have happened since the COVID, and teaching has changed a whole lot since that time, and we have had to do things that were not well, things that should have been actually done before, and the things that are now being enforced, which is really good. For me, the students have to either wash their hands as they enter the classroom, or get disinfect their hands as they enter the classroom, or go and wash their hands, and they should wash their hands after every hour if they're there for more than an hour. You know, students should wear masks. There's more practicing of social distancing, and with the practice of that, it has caused persons to realize that they didn't need to be, acting like that from before. Now, the train situation, I don't know if the whole social distancing thing can work with rush hour in Tokyo, but the trains are still packed from what I've seen and heard, but not many complaints as before. Um, I'm not getting to one of the stereotypes I want to look at is the whole fact that stereotypes that I want to look at doesn't have to only do with Japanese and persons in Japan, but persons the stereotypes that the Japanese have of foreigners and foreign and vice versa. Foreigners have of Japanese and all that is in between. And even just what type of stereotypes that we have of people in general, and how it's interesting that we as a people, as human beings, have decided that this is something that is a thing, and many people accept the stereotypes once they're positive and it's convenient to them. You know what I mean? But we're getting that a little later. Oh, who's this? Let's see. Turn this down. Right. So that's basically what the gist of today's video. Stereotypes and the LEOPALACE scandal, which has to do with the building. LEOPALACE 21 is a company that does a lot of apartment buildings, uh, specifically catered for solitary, single room, single living, small spaces that are quite convenient and amiable. Amiable? Amicable? Sorry, what's the word I don't know, right? Are quite good, quite alluring for persons who are single. But one of the main issues with the Leo Palace is that the Leo Palace buildings, one of the main issues is one of the main issues is or are hold on. One of the main issues is that the walls are paper thin, and as a result, people can you can hear people next door snoring. Sorry for my neighbor. People next door having drinks, talking over a normal volume, having coitus, and that sort of thing. And yeah, it is mostly a passes are charged. The rent in those places are charged based on your location, in relativity to the location relative to a train station or if it's a major city and that sort of thing. Yeah, but it comes all your passes come with internet and the water is included in the rent. All you have to do is pay the electricity and the gas bill. Cool. And so, yeah, Shells, really, the COVID introduction of the washing hands has been a godsend because for all the persons that think that, or were told or informed that, oh, the Japanese are so clean. Nah, nah. What do you think will happen to Shibuya for Halloween this year? Will they try to close down completely because of COVID? Now, and a good question now. What I think re Halloween is that Halloween is a economic event, and and if if the indication of how the Japanese government has treated the country thus far, things of economic value are placed a higher are placed priority over human life, based on what I'm seeing here. I do feel that they will recommend or ask persons not to gather, strongly recommended without telling them they can't go, because apparently the constitution in Japan says you can't tell people that they can't do something. Apparently, that's how the law is written, so that a government doesn't have that much power over the people, but they can only ask and strongly recommend. And the thing is, the money from Halloween is going to be really crazy. So I don't know. I don't think the clubs, the nightlife benefit significantly from Halloween. The taxi companies benefit a lot from Halloween because when people get really drunk and they need to go home, the trains sometimes don't last till the first train, so the taxis get a really good amount of work that night. So I really don't know. Thank you, Neil. Hey, so we're talking about the stereotypes in Japan. We're talking about the Leo Palace scandal and anything else that comes to that you guys bring up in the chat. I don't know about Leo Palace that I have been in, shells. The water is including the rent. So I don't know if that's I think if both ones, one in Chiba and the one in Aichi. I don't know if that's how yours works where you're from. Yeah, Halloween is gonna be crazy. I have cancelled Halloween. I think Halloween should be cancelled, but no one listens to reason here in this country more widely. No man, it's not again. What happened recently? They're going to report the major loss with the whole big loss coming from the apartment scandal from 2018. So let's just get into this quickly in the news. It says Leopold 21 is a struggling apartment rental firm. It saw its debts exceed assets by about 10 billion yen at the end of June. The negative net worth is due to falling occupancy rates for its apartments, reflecting a scandal over shoddy construction that came to light in 2018. Sources familiar with the matter said. The company is expected to unveil the excess debt when it releases April, June earnings. They said basically the company can keep operating for a little while, but they won't be able to get access to new finances or loans and that sort of thing. And I remember this specifically because they came to inspect my apartment and to see if it's livable or not, and did the test and whatever. They drilled a couple holes in the wall. You see those two panels at the back there? That's what they came to test. They dig some holes in the wall. They put some instrument in there and whatever. I tested it. And they said it was okay, but if I wanted to move, I could move. I said, well, right, and the pay for moving costs. They said no. And I said, okay, I'll chill until I'm ready to move, and move on. Yeah, hello, anonymous Ben, sir. And with that, persons were asked to move out of their LEOPALACE apartments because they were going to tear them down and that sort of thing. Persons were looking and scampering for places to live. But yeah, that was that on that. I just saw it today and thought it was interesting while browsing the internet. Well, yes, one of the stereotypes I want to revisit is the whole cleanliness. The cleanliness. A 5 second recap of what's going on, Andre. Right now, why are you late? All right, so basically, I'll give a recap soon. All right, so one of the stereotypes I want to look at today, especially, is the fact that of the cleanliness, and the coronavirus has highlighted a lot of things. Really, the cleanliness and the apparent clean, how clean Japan is. A lot of it's not a complaint. I'm just making an observation. Oh, really, Simone? Okay. Oh, lucky you. Are the walls really super thin? Or whatever? I think, yeah, better pass it, yes. Because I know you have demand your full money. This year has been really quiet. Oh, whoa. Right. And so I didn't realize that Japan, I mean, it wasn't really like, like on the surface, like outside generally clean. Like the areas that are not really fully occupied or full cities. When you get into some of the cities now, where they have a lot of nightlife activity and that sort of thing, you start to see like the real Japan. You see cans and garbage and everything on the floor. In Tokyo, just it's a mess usually. Relatively messy. And so most of the people are nasty. I mean, I didn't say it. Um, and you see it's more surface clean. And so everything that's present like that the eye can see it looks clean, but when you dig a little deeper, if you move the curtain or whatever, then you see a little wait, what's going on here. When you live in Japan and you see the day-to-day life, you see that this place is not as it appears to be. This place in Japan is about appearances and the perception of what's outside, you know. And the inside of them, a lot of them are not really clean. Even the personalities are nasty. And they say, "Oh, they're so nice," and the whole tatami and honey culture too. Yeah, it's really just a thing. And on the trains, we don't want to talk about on the trains. I have a whole video I wanted about the trains. I mean, this is touch on it. Hygiene on the trains is something that is just beyond repair. I'm nasty. I'm not gonna say it. That is nasty. A lot of the things I see on the train shouldn't be happening. Big, grown back, grey tone adults. Thank you, Rochelle. The adults here. Yeah, it's true. The adults here. I see, when as children, sometimes kids would like pick their nose and eat it and play around and whatever, that sort of thing. Adults, working people in suits, jackets and ties, not mentally disturbed people. Normal, everyday people are picking their noses on the train and then eating it and continuing to dig like they're searching for gold, searching for the reason for existence, passionately digging out their nose. And it is so off putting, right? But then look at me like I'm the one that is nasty. Fine. Then you have the ones that pick their nose and start to touch the railings or touch the door. I remember specifically I was in Osaka. And this guy did this tip, 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 pick, and then rub it on the door. At that point, at that point, my brothers and sisters. I thought I was going to throw. You hear me? I was sick because how many I know these people do it and then they touch the handles on the railing that you have to hold, and I'm thinking to myself, so how am I supposed to stand in a train and maintain my balance if uh, and these people just touching every and everything? Just look at the keyboards in schools, them now wipe them down from the building and the very first computers. Oh my, I didn't know that. Wipe no key. That's why I surf in the trains. Trust me. Anonymous Bennett, so I'm not dating anybody right now. I'm single. The school windows make me. My local train station in Kanagawa doesn't have even soap in the bathroom, just a spray bottle of alcohol at the station gate because of COVID. But before that, nothing. Oh, right now. Okay, Osaka is nasty. Well, I mean, it is this. And they clean them shit every day. Yo, I don't live. I see. Let me tell you the thing. I work in a school by myself, like a private school, like not a private school, like the Eikaiwa, where you're in a classroom or a building and you're responsible for cleaning. And sometimes if like I don't like cleaning, but I'll vacuum the classroom. But they expect us to clean the toilets, and Jamaican really, like cleaning up other people's toilet clean. That's not our thing. But it is what it is, and you have to do that. It's annoying. My current school don't have a Western toilet. Please to go and learn how to crouch, get those knees intact. Squats should be good for you, man. Shells. All them little reps and wipe the floor within the school. Them is wipe down the toilets and she was and them wash. They use the same rag to do what? Simon? The same rag? Oh my god. How does a toilet and lunch table? How? How does it work? I all right, okay, have to revisit now. I have to take a pause. Mm, can't work. Can't work. Here's the thing. Belief kills and belief cures. That's what we're saying in Jamaica. And you know, I have seen that the Japanese have faith in their hygiene and cleanliness of others and how place should be clean, surface clean. When I remember just coming to Japan and tables in the classroom where the kids were playing on and put their foot and them dirty books and whatever, and they took all their food, their snacks, and we were rolling the snacks on the table, like little candy and food is on the table, interacting with the table. Like yes, there's saran wrap, and then people they were rolling like the candy across to somebody else to give, and they put it down on the plain table just like that. Like I was like, you people don't even know, like what? And I witnessed this firsthand when I was in living in Toyota, and my senpai was cooking mochi, right? I know the stove that they use to heat for the heat. He just put the mochi on top of the stove to heat it up. The stove that was gathering dust from outside. I don't even brush it off with it. What the point is, he put the mochi right there, and I said, no, I can't have any of that. I'm sorry, I don't eat mochi. Even if I ate mochi, I could not eat it because of where they had put it down. They believe everything is clean. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Wow, so wow. But I can't use them. Some coffee straw. And imagine when they're making the onigiri from the leftover rice after that with their beer. No, what is going on, guys? Why people don't talk about these things? Why people don't talk about these real things that happen in Japan? Oh my God. I have a school where the toilet is always rinked, no matter how early it is. Mm, mm. Hmm. All right. So it's getting a bit too disgusting, and I think we have to leave. I think we're gonna end this early because I'm getting sick of all the things you guys have posted here. Like it's getting the sick just like that. Oh my God. People, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? You know, it doesn't make it with you. I'm not saying I'm super clean and like my apartment and stuff is messy. You guys have seen my videos and stuff. But when it comes to like washing my hands, brushing my teeth, make smelling good, smelling acceptable, yeah, me depend on that like whoa, is me. But yeah, I'm a messy person, but me clean. Me that but when it's time to clean, it's time to clean. You know what I mean? My wife is the opposite, bro. She thinks Japanese is nasty. This is why Japanese people wash their hands and rinse their mouth every time they walk into the house or before eating. Bro, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, sir. That's your wife. She's probably the exception. But I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I kind of touched on the LEOPALACE already right now. In the first 10, just before you came. You know what I mean? Spit and clean their teeth in the lunchroom sink. Aren't you supposed to go to the bathroom to do that? Well, I think I'm not even talking about the bathrooms itself because recently I noticed that they've tried to put some soap in there, and that's fine. Sometimes there's nothing for you to dry your hands with, and I mean, it's just a mess. But apparently, water is the most powerful thing in Japan. The Japanese water is so powerful that it has built-in cleaning properties. So basically, they don't need soap because soap is emulsifies fat, and as a result, if your hands have some gunk on it, the soap is going to make it worse. So they just use water because water in Japan is a powerful cleaning agent. Powerful, and that is why they use water only when they're cleaning their teeth at some dentists because the water in Japan is so powerful, so powerful. That's all you need to clean your teeth: a water pick and floss. I can do it myself. I can brush my teeth and use the floss myself. So what are you talking about? And then even more so, some dentists actually only clean the upper or lower part of your mouth at one week per visit. Thank God the dentists I've been to actually clean my entire mouth. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here, fam. It's crazy. At least the kids use soap from time to time. Or they carry on hand towel and soap. Yeah, yeah, Ras, it's pretty much that's pretty much it. At least the kids use soap from time to time. Well, that's good. Now I've seen some people use the bathroom and just with their hands, no soap, they just walk away my face. What the ass? Yes, John Paul. That is pretty much it. If you have, as a male especially, I don't know if it was same for the women, but this is why you wash your hands in Japan. And Mayday-san did an excellent video. So you turn on tap, that's it. You flash your hand in the water while it's running and dip it out. One, two, three, turn it off. That's how they wash their hands typically. And I'm not talking young people. These are big, great old man. Some elders that are making decisions about life in Japan. And that's kind of that kind of deal. So when we say, oh, Japan is so clean, I'm like, okay. If that's how you feel about it, that's fine. Hmm. Trey, please see the youth there because him can't stop talking about Brazil. Uh, uh, Animal Bennett's I visited Brazil and there is very dirty. The streets are the most disgusting. Disgusting. We have to work on that. Work on that. Disgusting. That's the thing I've ever seen. Well, sir, Brazil apparently has slums, the favelas, and Brazil is not seen as a first world country to my recollection. But everybody keeps talking about Japan and its amazingness and how this place is like futuristic. So I don't know. Yeah, All right, moving on. We can move on. I don't know where my admin is now. My moderator is not here today. I mean, I have to have a word with him. Anywho, I like the new iOS update on the Apple Watch. Tracks you washing your hands and make sure you clean for 20 seconds with soap. Oh, that's a thing on Apple. That's nice. Yeah. But the one thing good about the actual, not the one thing, but the positive things that are coming from the pandemic is that they have created space for us now, meaning they have closed the urinals that are next to each other. So the Japanese men will come and stand right beside you and take a piss. The elevators now have designated space where you can stand up. So even size zero is practicing social distancing and that sort of thing, which is kind of, yeah, give me a little space, you know what I mean? Now, moving on from that cleanliness stereotype, another one of these stereotypes that's interesting, I find, is that about foreigners in Japan is that of course that all foreigners are scary, and this is something that is ingrained in the minds of the children. And I was talking to some people the other day, some friends the other day, and I said to them, I definitely feel that, like in Jamaica, when your mother says, like, yo, if you don't behave yourself when you send to boarding school, or whatever, or in America, they say, like, if you don't behave yourself, the boogeyman will come to you at night. I feel Japanese parents, this is my honest feeling, and this is not anything, I don't have any evidence of this, but I feel Japanese parents say, if you don't behave yourself, I'm going to take you to a foreigner. Or when let a foreigner come and visit you. The scary foreigner. And you know who's the scariest foreigner? The black foreigner. Oh my God. So you tell a child that, and then a month or two later, maybe 6 months, you carry them to a Eikaiwa to be taught by that scary foreigner. Or the scary foreigner is their English teacher at school. And the parents using it as a way to discipline their child don't know what they have done. And as a result, the child comes in and is scared and scary. So it's just high life with Quico. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what? What, bro? Okay, that's nice of you, Simon. I guess because you're a nice, wonderful looking woman. But for me, the big, old, scary guy. Listen, I was teaching at a new school yesterday. I just went to cover for somebody. And the girl stood at the door, big girl, like in fourth grade elementary. I kid you not, this is how the girl came into the classroom. This is the girl, and she's over here, right? So she'll be like, say, Harlem Shake, or come in. So her mother said, Dashu, it's okay, go ahead. And she goes, so, see her, yeah, I'm going to creep. See her, she can't move. That's so she'll come in and they class. And people say, no, it's okay, it's not scary. Wanted, I wanted to laugh so much. Because we are say when a girl like come gonna creep in my classroom. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this though? Like I mean, and she was okay, and then when I said, okay, what's your name? Whoa. Seeing like she turned Barrington Levy's stammer. And everyone in the class was like looking, what's going on? You know. She eventually warmed up to me and started speaking, and she was cool at the end of the lesson. And this happens to me all the time. Even kids I've taught for over a year, young children, they sometimes they're absent for absent twice, and they come back and act like oranges is straight and yada yada go why. But then that's not all. That's not all. The first time many Japanese see foreigners, I don't know what they were taught as children or what their interaction was before. The first thing they said, oh, kawaii, kawakunai, kawakunai. I mean, it's annoying. It is so weird. I just don't get it. I don't get it, and that is why. it is important as Jamaicans, especially us here, and black people, we have to be ambassadors, and we don't have to, but it is best for us to act in a way that is, But I'm so over it now. I'm so over it. What is this foolishness? And even some of the most intelligent Japanese persons I've spoken to and students who really smart kids, they said, first of all, foreigners are scary because they're different. And that is a key. Foreigners are scary because they're different. And so Japan is all about oneness and homogeneity and sameness. So, I mean, oh, it's crazy, man. To be honest, my students aren't scared of me, but I think it's because I'm a female. Mannerless. Hello, commenter person. Hi, I didn't see you there. Foreigners or the black ones only. I think foreigners in general, but they still get into that. I haven't dealt with that at all now. You know, me not get them reaction, them I always hear them always whisper me Kakwe. Simon, that's so nice. They think you're cool. What about the shade of the black person? I stop giving them attention. Just ignore them. Thumbs up, please. Thank you. They live in that box, a small one of that. I another one of the stereotypes persons have about Japan is that they're very creative and innovative. I need one more drink for this because this is about to go off. Yes, Stinkmeister, very good. Yeah, Neil, they don't say the same about white people because, blonde hair, blue eyes, Aryan race. Anyway, moving on. When people tell me that Japanese people are creative, I had that impression too. They created anime, they do games, they do all this wonderful technology that you would have seen in movies or whatever. And you think, yeah, Japan is really innovative and great. You ask a child, what food do you like? First one say, nani? And you're like, food, pizza, chicken, sushi. In the classroom of 10 people, one kid would say like, I like sushi. Cool. Every answer after that is I like sushi. And I'm not lying. You speak to them separate and apart from the group, you get a different answer. Cool, fine. You teach them, you teach them like how to make the sentence and they just want to switch the vocabulary and substitution. See one second, them is a team. It's almost a team, right? So you give them a template. Let's say, for instance, what country do you want to visit? These are people that I think Nihon guy. I'm like, no, you can't visit Japan. You already live in Japan. Doko mo ikanai. Ikitai kuri wa nai yo. Nihon ga iyo ne. I'm like, you don't want to go to another country because Japan is okay and Japan is perfect. And I'm like, okay, fine. But there's no country you want to visit because of the like France for the bread and cheese and wine, or to America to see hamburger, eat whatever, something, nothing. They don't want to go anywhere, fam. They're perfectly fine living in Japan. And I guess the perspective that we as persons from Jamaica especially would always see the outside world as really nice and different. I just want to do something. And you just gotta go, you know. It's really interesting. So I don't know. I don't know. And in an echo like a choir, right? Yeah, I swear, it's teamwork makes the dream work in Japan. And you're like, bro, there's so many things you can do outside of this place here in Japan. Why limit yourself, you know? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not like saying that they can't have their own choices. That's fine. And that's fine. Have you ever seen them look at a map that's not from Japan? They look to the center of the map for Japan all the time. And it's really interesting because in the maps in Japan, Japan is at the center and it's much bigger than it's supposed to be. Just like how America has changed the actual size of the country to make it seem bigger. The Europeans, yeah, it's a whole history about cartology, which is the making of maps and how they have disproportionately reduced the size of Africa, the continent, to make the European countries look bigger. Yeah, it's a whole story. That's another thing. But the point is, because I was up to the center. Nihon wa doko, and then go to the center of the map to find Japan. And when they don't find it, they shift over and look. Oh, there's Japan, and this is like island shape and whatever. And it's just really interesting that a country that is supposed to be so super innovative feels so backward at times. The banking procedures is a whole different story in a way to that because that was a whole video that we could talk about for 3 years. Simon, yo, me I play bingo a day and me make my bingo sheet, I make it clear it's Simon's sheet. I make sure it checks it. Then check say they want to Simon to us. Every bingo sheet are the same as me. Yes, yes, Simon, that is it. You give them a task, I tell them to copy, and they will copy the same thing. There's no individual thinking, and I guess that's the drone mentality that they create. Because in elementary school and junior high school, they're chill sometimes, and they get to do what they want. But when they get to high school, especially, they are trained to become a Japanese person, how to be Japanese in high school. That's what they learn. Um, but yeah, you write something on the board. If you say, what sport do you like? I like soccer because it's fun. I say, okay, copy and put in your own, okay? And I say it in Japanese. And at least 3 of the 10 kids are going to write. I like soccer because when I say, what sport do you like? Oh, what can I? But why are you writing what I wrote? Ah, soccer. Okay, okay, what can you understand? Yo, what up, Adam? Dog, that sad face does kill me. They make fun and laugh all the time until they're wrong. It's time to hide their face and it's of like what they want to do, they get beaten or something. I don't know. Yes, so true, Missy. You hear how JP Bang must have a scam bias. AU Look. I didn't hear about that one, Matthew. Looking at the comments here. All they do is copy each other. Listen, another thing that was really interesting to me about that debunks for me the myth of Japan being super creative and innovative is how they do their homework. They get the homework at the worksheet and the answers are they have a solution sheet as well. So what they do is just open the solution and copy the solution into the book. Copy the solution word for word into their book, and that's how they study and do work. And I'm like, so how do you learn if you already know the answer? But I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you so much for this. I want to study in the Japanese university next year, but I want to get a more realistic view of Japan before going there. Oh, hey, KK, yeah. I mean, if you want real stuff about Japan, this is the channel to follow. We don't mess around here. You're the picking and make me day sometime. Yeah, it's true though. Like I'm not. Then the one like returning students are the one we have sense just a little laugh. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. Around them. Thumbs up. Same somebody tell them write your name and through them go copy them right Simon cause me right Simon as a worksheet. That is so true. But to be honest, you have some really nice and smart kids here. And when you've been teaching for a while in Japan, you realize that you can lean on them to kind of tell the others that don't understand. And yeah, man, I'm about it and I'm about it. So just link me up. You know what I mean? And it's just really interesting that persons don't see the realness of the situations here in Japan. And all most persons who are black in Japan get to see the full and real side of Japan. Many YouTubers don't talk about it because they want to bring a positivity. They want this is not online with their brand. They want, but yo, it is what it is, dog. It is what it is. The nail that sticks out gets hammered down. That is the most applicable saying. I thought it was a Yakuza saying, but it's the thing for Japan. Like, I am a nail. Me is a big old dirty stinky nail in Japan. Me can't fit in no matter how bad I try. No matter how good my Japanese gets or how well I can speak or fluent I get in Japanese, I'll never fit in this country. And anybody that doesn't look Japanese will never fit in into this country. Even if your parent is Japanese and your father is another, or your mother, one parent is Japanese, another parent isn't. Once you don't have the full Japanese blood, you will never fit in the society. Well, society as how it stands now. It's just like this. I think that's why people in Japan love Harry Potter so much. And I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. You have the pure bloods, and anybody else that's mixed is the mud bloods and the muckles and whatever. That is how Japan is. Either you're Japanese, fully Japanese, or nothing. It's changing very slowly. Naomi Osaka, she's doing well in sports, and that's she has to use her platform to get through. But that's now we're getting to Naomi Osaka. She's awesome, though. Yeah. Let's look in the comments again. I ran an experiment one day with colored paper, so I brought five different colors and told the class to choose the one they like. The first girl came and took a yellow one. Everyone has to be the same. So that we, the nail that sticks out, get up. Oh, I see. Just make sure it's transferable colors, right? Yeah, I know most of my friends think I'm super negative all the time, but they really don't experience things here the same way as other people do. Preach, girl. Hey man, did you go to Japan on a jet program? No, Tashipo Molapo. Molapo, is that right? I came here on a different program. It's private. I can't talk about it because, yeah. Yeah, a lot of facts. I had an activity the other day where students were supposed to talk about their dreams for the future, about 70% of the class paper did empty. And when I asked why, they all told me. Yeah, Scott, I want to get back to Scott on that. One second. The second came to blue, turn and saw that their class took yellow and provided blue as an 90% of students had yellow paper. Thank you for that advice. That's definitely important. Didn't they like exile the real pure Japanese? They're all descended from China anyway. Someone talking facts out here, laddie. But yeah, so Scott, that's one of the things that really struck me about Japan is that a lot of the children don't have a dream. Sure, that I know you mean they don't have a goal for the future. A lot of them, mark you, are their parents have a lot of money, so they want to be neat or free. They don't want to work. They just want to go finish junior high school and probably take a little part time job and just do whatever. You don't need high school education here in Japan or a university degree. You can leave school at junior high school at 15, 16, start working and work your way through. By the time that person at university is done, you could be their boss because of the years of service you have with that company. They value loyalty over education here in Japan. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, no mission, no dream, no goal, no, no. I want to be a housewife. Yes, and nothing wrong with being a housewife. Nothing wrong with being a housewife. 'Cause a lot of housewives here, get their husband's money, control the paycheck, and do whatever they want to do after it. But that's not sort of I want to be a salaryman. You know, the kids that really have ambition, you can tell based on how they even approach their study to English. I know English is not the be all and end all, and I would never judge a student because they're not interested in English or don't want to speak English. Because at the end of the day, if they don't plan to leave Japan, then they don't really need English. They don't really need it. It would be nice to have, but it's whatever. It's nothing is wrong with being a baker. I mean, our patissier, pastry chef, because you know, it's what they want. And I mean, if they said I met someone that said I want to be a farmer yesterday, and I was really proud of him because, farming is so important. Persons look down on it because they have to get dirty and, working long hours in the sun. But if the farmers don't exist, you don't eat because we don't grow our own food, you know. Whole clothes in a department store. Someone come off of my life, someone. What we kid. But nobody don't want full clothes at the department store. I work in IT and here's horror stories about Japanese IT companies. Listen, I can't speak to it. The the foreign minister, the Japanese minister of cyber security and information technology does not use a computer. Talk to me about that. Tell me how that makes some sense. Oh, you to be in charge of cyber security and not use computer. Oh, oh, really though? I don't get it. I don't get it. That's like saying the Minister of Finance doesn't have an economics degree. Oh, wait, is that possible? That can't be possible. That's like saying the like, I don't get it, fam. I don't get it. Yo, big up, Jerry. You know what I mean? It's really, really just a crazy thing. Crazy. The only secure computer is a disconnected turned off one. That is true. That is so true. That's the only way. I want to be a convenience store worker is the number one thing because it's flexible hours, it's decent hourly rate, I don't mind a convenience store worker. Why not? I mean, you interact with foreigners because foreigners are going to go there to buy some of these to drink. So, I mean, I don't get it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Oh, yes. I think Jamaica is just behind in the not a real place competition between Jamaica, between Japan. I swear. Rajni, tough to not know nothing about health either. Links all the way. Rajni, we're really not going to get into that, to be honest, because that is something that we Lord have mercy. Ministry of Health is not a doctor or someone that has a medical history and doesn't listen to advice from doctors and stuff. Oh, thank you very much, Plant Base brother. Really appreciate that. Thanks for people. Yeah, man, they can donate to my channel. Too, yeah, they can drop a little money. When the merch comes, Plant Base link up, maybe we can work out something. Give me a discount. Thanks for adding to the channel. So yeah. Me no need a TV or movie. Living and working in Japan is enough. Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much, Simone. That is pretty much how we feel about Japan right now. I heard that C people are taking more convenient works because Japanese don't want that type of. Hmm. Have you ever used Tatemae and what's called out on by a Japanese person? Leave me alone. 100,000 we need more than that. We need 250. We need 250, Simone. 250. 250. We still done with that. When I first came here, my school email was all in Japanese. I asked some teachers how to work the email system, and they said they don't know. How you're not gonna know? Eek. That's why all I do is work, martial arts, and sleep. Yo, Doc, summer, what's good? 130? Really, someone wanna say to me? I need more than that. I've been money. You have to give me at least 250, shawty. 250. 250. Just to break this stereotype monotony. Recently, the Japanese government has said that if they're going to give 600,000 yen to newly married couples to help them start their life. And of course, there's a caveat for that. Let me just find the article there quickly so we can look at it in more detail. Okay, lovely Japan Times. That's what finish. So couples who get married from next April can receive up to 600,000 yen to cover their rent and other costs as they start a new life, provided they live in a municipality adopting Japan's newlywed support program, government sources said Sunday. Now, as the nation's ultra-low birth rate is attributed mainly to the tendency that people marry later or stay unmarried, the government tried to boost the number of marriages in the nation by enhancing the program to provide a larger sum, and cover more couples. To be eligible, both husband and wife will have to be under the age of 40. All right, Simone, good this so. As of the registered date of marriage and have a combined income of less than 5.4 million. What the always say this is Simone, what you get here? Maybe make it about 2 point. No, 2 point. Anyway, up from age 35 and 4.8 million under the current conditions of 4.8. Okay, only 281 municipalities, or 50% of all cities and towns and villages in Japan. Japan has villages? Hold on. First world country have villages? Is it true that Japan just accepted female sex toys? I don't know. Uh, no, but I look at the thing they're doing. Come here, I wonder. All right. So the program is part of the government efforts to address a low birth rate. Okay. So they said a record low of 865,000 babies were born in 2019. But you know what? For all the sex and perverted things I'm going on here in Japan, I don't understand why the birth rate is so low. But like I said, the amount of raw sex. I mean, something not adding up. I said this, something is not adding up in Japan because the amount of people that we see that walk around belly, and then the amount of children that I see all about, plus the number of other things that something making sense. Something not making sense. Let me cuff somebody seen at Bombay. Yes, which unemployment is in many prefectures. Okay, I wasn't aware. Alright, how many of you? Alright, well, not making sense really. It's not beer. That should be like going on Japan. Wow. Wow. I don't doubt it because I mean these girls out here trying to trap these men. Like, yeah man, there's no condom okay. I've heard well, I heard from people that's a thing that the Japanese women are saying. No condom okay. Them just want them just want it, them want it is me. So I don't know. It's just wow. This is rather disturbing, you know. Because skin out from 13. So we have to put it in timeout. We have to put it in timeout Simone, because this is not what I signed up for. Yo, see what out here causing beer trouble for the people in the stream. Picking a old man again. What? Sorry, wow, that was really amazing. I don't know what they want. Look here, me know Japan's. Yeah, Japan is crazy, fam. If you live here, you know. It's just one of those things. Anyways, moving on from that. That's the good thing. Uh Another one of the stereotypes that they have is that, what's interesting, guys? The thing that they said that all Asians are the same. I think that's how Asians view us, Japanese view that all black people, all foreigners are the same. And so apparently the other day somebody said, "Oh, Andre, I saw you the other day." I'm like, "No, you didn't." "Yeah, man, I saw you. You were in XYZ." I said, "No, I wasn't." "What day?" "No, I definitely wasn't. It was somebody that looked like me." "Oh, okay." I'm like, right. And when I came to Japan, at first, they looked really similar. People looked like, Japanese. I couldn't tell the Japanese different from the Chinese, or the Chinese different from the Filipinos, and the Thailand, and the Vietnamese, and the Korean. Them, I couldn't tell them quite different. But after a while, you get it. You see that there are distinct differences, how their eyes are shaped, how broad their noses are, how they speak, their mannerisms, and that sort of thing. And you pick it up that, they look different and they act different. But now with the corona and the mask, all I can see is the eyes. I can't even tell someone students apart anymore because all of their hair is black. All of them wear the same type of mask. Most of them go to similar schools, and some of them also have similar names. So, I mean, how we do this? How? I know the mouth is very important, for a bevy of reasons, but especially the fact that some of them you can decide who is who by how their teeth are shaped. Like I could tell the difference between two girls because one have a little jaga jaga mouth and teeth, one person mouth is not jaga jaga. What I mean by jaga jaga is that the teeth are all jumbled up and thing. And Japanese call that cute, believe me. The more twisted and turned and crooked your teeth are in Japan, is the cuter you are. That's a fact. Go and check it out. It's actually a thing. To me, that don't work with me because when it twists and turn, you have to navigate. No, 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 no. Can't tell you no. Them are gonna raise me taxes and using makeup on a robot for the one with them. See, boy, don't kill me out here, please, please. Oh my God, God, oh God, oh God. Japan, the Gundam robot they built, Japan, and the flying car. All of that's what taxes. I thought they were using taxes to give old people sushi and green tea, but apparently they're using it to make robots. And we all know what happens when the robots start to become a sentient creature, and they gain consciousness and start learning. The world ends because they realize that humans are the biggest disease in the world. Human beings, yeah, we are a disease because we can't satisfy. We're greedy. You know, they'll pick any celebrity with the same skin tone and say you're twins. Yes, Cinnabon. Yes, that is true. That is true. Most Chinese last names are two syllables. I don't get to get the last names. I'm just talking about telling them apart by looking at them. You know, that make me jump so much time. Maybe that's why I don't see people with braces much. Look here, every black somebody in the text with them. I mean, we tell them kids as them see black somebody. Shimon Sensei. Shimon Sensei. Yo, it's crazy. So, yeah. What are hey guys, any other stereotypes you think Japanese have of foreigners, or any stereotypes that you had for Japan? You can put it in the comments below and we can discuss it. Yeah, I don't want to be all about top nonsense. But you guys have been really interactive today. You know what I mean? Every black woman them sip on them monitor them say Russia and say dunce. Me have to about the robot because them raise my taxes last year by enough. Only if you see dirty robot because of my city, you know. Speak English? Oh, I'm speaking in too much patois. Right. Alrighty. Oh, right. They have this thing too about all foreigners speak English. Yes, yes, yes. Because if you can't speak Japanese, then you must speak English. It's one or the other. That is a dichotomy of the situation here in Japan. Is that if you don't speak Japanese, you must speak English because that's the only thing foreigners can speak. Why else would you be in Japan if you're not an English teacher? Hmm? Um, what was the purpose of being a robot? It's tourism. Them really don't say that, guys. Don't say that. That's not nice. We're not here to make friends. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to make friends. Oh no 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 no. Can we talk about how they have no critical thinking skills? Simone, stop this, please. I want to study English because I want to visit Italy, where English is not even spoken that much. It's weird. Or if you understand a little Japanese, you think you speak it fluently. How English is not together. I don't know because it doesn't have also superiors. Wow, you guys really coming out tonight. You're really coming out tonight. Yeah. In terms of being able to think critically, I find that they only go along with the crowd. It comes with the whole oneness, and that everyone has to be on the same page for everything. You find the radicals that the persons that don't really do the formal work or don't share the same mentality or philosophy. It's very rare to find those type of persons, but mostly they can't take criticism. They see it as an attack. So if I say to them, you know what, Japan is a good country, but if they did this, it would be better. If you have a problem, why don't you go home? Go back to your country. We don't need you. Okay, but you don't think you need us, but your government thinks you need us because yeah. Anyway, not into that. I think that's my biggest struggle here because they just don't know what common sense is. I tell you the things we hear from the adults. Lord have mercy. When they compare you to someone with a totally different skin tone and say the person is you, but they say Japanese have one skin tone, like what? My stereotype is that many Japanese people, especially the youth, aren't familiar with how their economic government is structured. It's almost like a nanny state citizen leadership. Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. They don't really talk about politics like that. Like who it's it doesn't concern them because their life is comfortable. That's pretty much it. Yeah, all black people are athletes and are quite good at sports. It's obvious. It's a world. It's a known fact. Naturally, because I'm from Jamaica, I know Usain Bolt. Although I do know him, like I literally have spoken to him before. Well, most people in Jamaica who live in Kingston does interact with Bolt at some point. Um, and the kids find it amazing. Oh, Bolto, Usain no Bolto, Usain Bolto. Ina, she must go. Yeah, I should do some the A song reaction. Yeah, it's just whatever. Jap Japan special meter the tone the creative for critical thinking about boom interesting some of critical thinking questions. Pretty much. Pretty much. That's pretty much all these kids would tell you every country on the map, but we still think you get your hair perm because people can't be born with anything but straight hair. This includes adults. Everybody hated Abe. Yeah, apparently that is it. Which you can tell every country on the map. They only know Japan, America, and Africa, which city, which isn't even a country. If I went to my class too, and I just have to ask the question why. Look, yo, wanna shine some bright light on them, man, and everybody lose them head. That's true. I have like there's simple things that I ask questions about, and they don't have a reason for it, and it's really interesting to me that you at the age of 11, 12, and 30 don't have a reason for doing something. You can't say to me, even in Japanese, they don't have a reason. So I say, why do you prefer the supermarket to so, or why do you prefer doing this than doing that? They can't do that. It's something that we have to teach and try to get them to think and give them templates. Everything in Japan, yeah, in teaching, education, they learn by templates and then substituting. Hopefully, when they have enough vocabulary, they can substitute. But it is a struggle. The education here, I mean, I'm not an educator. Well, I wasn't educated in Jamaica, but I don't think persons in other countries have a hard a time as some of us over here with some of the response of the children. I think. That's just me being facetious, of course. Educators everywhere have it hard. Trust me. Yes, it's possible to start your own English school, but at the end of the day, you'd have to have the collateral. You'd have the capital. Sorry, you'd have to have a Japanese person to be the front for your business and the person as a guarantor as well. It's just a lot of bureaucratic red tape and something. Yo, Gizmo, wagwan. Why is a deadly word here? Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. Yo, please big up Gizmo. You know, check out his channel. My boss from Trinidad. Me from the better country, though. But yeah. If you want to get out of trouble, just ask why. And then come stress me out because I'm like, why you crying, sis? Just say touch there and brain freeze. That's all. That's all. If you can start your English school, you can expand the curriculum and incorporate global social topics. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And you? And you? And this teacher training them, say no, I'm fine, thank you. And you? Well, at the end of the day, I mean, I know you have to protect your own persons. You set up things to make your persons thrive and have access to certain resources. But I don't feel it should make it make it so difficult that foreigners are turned off from trying to do business here or trying to develop here or try to invest more than their time in a country. But it is what it is. I mean, they just want us for one purpose, and it's to add to the pension scheme, and that is that on that. The country was which country is made for foreigners? Exactly, no country is made for foreigners. It's made for the people that live there. Well, technically, anywhere that the Chinese go, they make it their country. So, all right, guys. One thing before I end this live stream today, I think we have touched on a lot of stuff. I don't blame them either, Simone, for real. I mean, it is what it is, but don't make it like so prohibitive for persons who want to spend their money here and try to make some more money in the country. You know what I mean? Is there a right or wrong way to put toilet paper on the thing? Just asking because I had a student tell me this week, and I really don't know if there's something that you're trained to do. Like I didn't know. And then another student went to the bathroom and said, "Sensei, the toilet paper is put on wrong," and it's weird. Why do you do something like that? I'm like, what? I didn't know there's a special way to put on toilet paper. So apparently it's supposed to go over and not under. I didn't know that. Was it something? Is that a thing? Is that like something that's supposed to do? I need the answer, you know. I need the answer. Come in the stream in about 5 minutes. I need you to answer this. Is there a right or wrong way to put on toilet paper on the road? Because I have questions. That is very important to me. Hey Chris, there's a right way? Yes, Shells, that's true. One single word 21. Is what you're telling to me? Yeah, what you're telling to me? Ah, well, this is news to me. Everyone trying to come out Corona looking lean. What's it said? I think it's from private dispenser health to the people. It only makes sense. But I never really pay attention to that. I mean, just tear it at people anyway. I just tear it and come. Need to put the toilet paper down. I don't come start up. I don't want to come start up my life. Come see me. Anyway, how has your dating life been in Corona, guys? Anybody been on any interesting dates? I want to talk about that next week with my guest. How her life has been in Japan. Oh, I gave away the details. It should be a her. It should be a her. But yeah, hope you guys bring your questions for next week, where we will have a guest. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy that. I'll let you guys know by Wednesday or so. You know what I mean? Hi, Jay. How you doing, girl? Been a minute, Jay. Yes, give me something to watch during my lunch break. Okay, I always there are like 400 videos on my channel if you want something to watch. We don't want no guests. Oh my God, Simone, you are. Mm-mm. 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 Simone. Simone says she don't want a guest. Gizmo, you know what come on the live house? You want get one there for yeah, man. I'm sure yeah, Gizmo, they want to see Gizmo. Gizmo the Trini. Ah, somebody invite you out to a love hotel? Well, that's forward. Was that foreigner or Japanese person? Tell me, please. Talk to me about that. That sound like I need to talk to you. They went to Love Hotel. Japanese, the man know what he wanted to do. The man make it know this is the move. So you know his intentions are made clear. Yeah, I mean, if it's a first date, then boy, him, I don't know what he thought, you know, unless you're giving him a vibe. Did you say, yes, I'll go on a date, which is ultimately saying I want to have sex with you? No, if you say yes to a date to a Japanese man, you want to have sex with him. That's basically what it translates to. You're a foreigner. Yeah, Japanese love hotels are dope. Like the ones that have like jacuzzi and music and nice beds, and it's really conducive for love making or whatever you guys do. Japan is a real place. Not really. Oh God. Then you know, interesting notions. The man just say, "Oh, you're a foreigner and you're black, so if you date a Japanese guy, you're going to want to have sex." But a lot of let me tell you the thing. A lot of these persons, it's a booming business of hotels because people can't go home, so they just stay, they rest at a love hotel for a couple hours until the first train, and the rest usually includes no rest. So yeah, it is what it is. But not being asked on the streets, that's creepy. Two enough things that don't be Japanese. Would I take the room hotel desk over? Let's play shakes. Simone, Simone said, let's play shakes. I am dead. Simone has ended the live with that, people. Let's play section. Oh, Jesus, be a savior. Here in the Caribbean, we got motels everywhere. They kind of work like, oh, it's I don't know about the motels everywhere in the Caribbean, in Jamaica. I don't know about that. People just do it in the car, or them go home, the house is nearby, or whatever, and knock it. Unless, well, Portmore is a different thing. I mean, but people really do thing there. Like, go hotel for knock it. Nah, nah. Well, but I know of it because I never have. So, can't speak to that. All right, guys. Not all these men are shy like they say. The number of times I've been followed. No, that's a different thing. I have a stalker story. Wait about it, like a proper stalker story. You know what? It's great. It's great. It's great. Let's just say I met this woman one time. Not met her, like buck up into her while I was coming back from somewhere, in my city. And long story short, I went to do a full video on this. Current, I didn't know. I didn't know. This is something new to me. The girl basically just turned up at my apartment the other day, and I knocked on my door. And I didn't tell her where I live. So how does she know where I live? I know probably be the only big black man walking around here, but dear God, I have to start watching back. And with that, guys, I will leave you. I will leave you this week. Please make sure to join us next week. Again, same time, same place, 9 p.m. Oh, wait, is it next week? Is it next week? Because I have a party. All right, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, I know my car. I'm really next week. Next week, see you guys here next week at around 9:30, 9:15. The 9 o'clock time seems to work better for most people because when I start at 10, only you, no guest. Simone really making life hard. All right. I will see you next week, people. Big up on yourself. If you can't be good, be creative. Treat others as best as possible how you want to be treated. Link up soon. Peace. Because the guys in Jamaica, YouTuber. It came a show.